Alright, welcome back, class. Today we are going to go over putting an image to be carved into a piece of wood. So it's going to be the top of our box, and we are going to, you select a logo or an image or a picture or something to engrave into your box. Okay, so we're going to start with the Vcarve desktop. Okay, it'll ask if we want to register it. We've already registered it, so you just hit cancel. Okay, now we're going to come over here to create a new file. So when we create a new file, it comes up, this is going to be our working surface. Okay, I've done this already, so it's already set up for the sizes and dimensions I want. But for you guys, you're going to come up here and you're going to put your X value, which we want as 6, and our Y value, which we want as 6. That gives us a 6 by 6 square. And the thickness of this board is a 1/2 inch, so 0.5. Okay, then we're going to tell it where do we want our start position to be. Do we want it to be in the middle? Do we want it to be at the bottom left-hand corner? For us, we are always using this bottom left-hand corner because the way our machine is set up, it's easy access to get to this bottom left-hand corner. Okay, and we just keep working our way down. We want to be in inches, standard resolution, and cherry. Okay, we just hit OK, and it's going to take us into the program. Okay, remember we always start going from top, working our way down. So the file operation, right? If we scroll over, it's going to give us a little summary of what each icon does. Right? You just scroll over it, and it tells you. So here we want to import a bitmap for tracing. A bitmap is a picture. Okay, so I have already gone and looked up a Google image for our what I want. For me, I'm going to put on a VW yellow jacket. In order to find the image that you want, you just go to Google. So I can minimize this. Let's see here. Minimize the screen, and you go to Google. Okay, and you just do a Google image search. I just typed in yellow jacket, black and white, and it comes up with numerous ones, right? You always want to try and find one that is more than 500 by 500 for the pixels, for the resolution. We can use any of these, and it'll work. Okay, so we'll just get out of the way, save it to your desktop, and go on. So here I'm going to import a bitmap for tracing, right? And I know that I have it saved to my desktop, so I just scroll down. These are some of the other ones people have done, and hit yellow jacket. Okay, and it brings in the image that we want. Okay, it's kind of small, so I can adjust the size by, selecting this pink line, making sure the image is highlighted. Select the pink line, and you have these boxes on each side, which allow you to change the size of it. If I pick the middle, I can move it wherever I want. Okay, so I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger, and then to look, it's not very centered, and I can't make it centered just by moving it. I can get it pretty close, but let's just, for example, move it off to the side. And I want it to be perfectly centered. I click on this Align Selected Objects. Okay, and I want it to be centered up and down and left and right. So I'm going to select this one. If I just wanted it centered left and right, or just up and down, you pick different ones. But I want it centered right in the middle. So I select that, and it goes to the middle. Okay, I'm all done with this command now, so I come over and hit close. Okay, so I have the picture on there that I want. If I wanted to add or zoom in, do anything, I could do any of that here. If I wanted to put circles, squares, squiggly lines, text, I could put text. Okay, so I'm just working my way down. Okay, now I'm going to trace that picture. The reason I want to trace that picture is because I don't have any vector lines. I need to have vector lines, and when I trace the image, it's going to give me vector lines. So it's asking me, do I want a color or black and white? Ours is a black and white picture, so that's selected. Okay, come all the way down, and I'm going to hit preview. Okay, you can see that it traced out all the edges of all the lines. That's what I want. So I'm going to hit apply, and then I close this tool out. Okay, when I close, it kind of looks like it went back to the way it was, but it actually left the lines on there. The picture is still there, but there's still lines. So I'm going to select the picture, right click, and delete the picture from the screen. And it's left with the vector lines. Okay, those vector lines is what the CNC router is going to follow to make the image. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to hit toolpath. And there's all different ways you can cut this out. Okay, you can do an inlay, you can do Vcarve. This is what we're going to use, is the Vcarve. It looks like a little V on here. So you select it, and here we're going to start at the top again and work our way down. So the start depth is going to be the top of the board. So we're going to jog the tool to the top of the board and start from there. So that's going to be our 0 position. The depth that we want it to cut is 0.1, which is about 1/8 of an inch deep, which is deep enough that it'll make this look nice. Okay, then we select our tool. Okay, you can select from all these different tools. When you're doing an image, you usually just want to use a 60-degree 1/4 inch bit, right? So we hit OK. Okay, we're going to continue down, 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 and we're going to hit calculate. Now, when I hit calculate, it's going to tell me that I didn't select any of the vectors, right? So no vectors were selected. Okay, so I need to tell it which lines I want to follow. So I want to actually select all the lines. So once they turn pink, that means the vectors are selected. So we'll try that again. So we're going to hit calculate, and now it knows what lines to follow, what lines need to get engraved out, and it programs it all for you. Okay, so we'll go back to this program, and we can preview what it's going to look like when it's all done. So this is the toolpath that we have. We'll preview the selected toolpath, and this is what it will look like when it's all done. So if we select it, that would be the top of our box. The hinges will be back here. There will be a box underneath, and it will open and close. Now, if you wanted to, you can put Baldwin Wallace on here. You can put another the Shield logo. You can put more than one thing on here, but this is just how to get the image that we wanted on here. So in class tomorrow, we'll be going over this, and you guys will actually be programming your top of your box. So once we do that, we'll close this, and then we're going to save our file. So we want to save the toolpath. If you notice that there was a save preview image, that will take a picture of this screen and it'll save it as a picture. We actually want to save this as a toolpath. So you have to close this, and then here the little floppy disk looking thing says save the toolpath. So we'll save the toolpath file, and we have to our desktop, or remember we normally have a Vcarve in here. So our Vcarve flash drive, which has all of our classes in it, 5th period, 8th period, 1st period, and you'll put it in your respective class folder. Okay, so we'll pick 1st period, save it in there as yellow jacket number, or damn, so I know it's mine. That's my file to use when I go to use the machine. Okay, we hit save, and then we'll be ready to go. See you tomorrow in class.